Hey crypto friends, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Garrett and welcome to Altcoin Radar. So guys, outside of crypto, I am also a pretty big gaming nerd, okay? So occasionally I do have a soft spot for the growing blockchain gaming industry. And in today's video, actually, you guys, I am going to be talking about an R-rated metaverse game that I've personally been very excited about and haven't been anticipating for quite a while now. And if you're a fan of GTA-like style gameplay, you're definitely going to like this one too, to be honest with you. So before we actually do dive into this video, you guys, for those of you who are actually new to the channel, if you're interested in trading on the same crypto exchange that I do, feel free to go ahead and try the MEXC crypto exchange. You can find a link to it in the description below this video. I personally love this exchange simply because it doesn't have all the big hype that all of the mainstream other exchanges have. Therefore, it doesn't run into all the dramatic related problems that all the other big exchanges run into on a regular basis. So it's awesome to be able to use on a regular basis, and they do have all kinds of different altcoins for me to trade on a regular basis. So the very first thing that I'm going to be talking about in this video, you guys, is actually going to be, I kind of want to cover all my bases with this project, okay? So realistically here, this project is called SinVerse, okay? Now here's the thing, all right? First thing I want to talk about is the overall price potential, and I want to also talk about where you can actually buy this coin, okay? So here's where what you can do, you guys. So if you want to buy this coin or token, it's available on quite a few exchanges, as you guys can see here. It's available on KuCoin, it's available on PancakeSwap, you can get it on Gate.io, BitGet, MEXC, and LA token. So obviously, though, you can clearly see here that most of the liquidity is on MEXC, as you can clearly see. There's a lot of it on MEXC. I personally have mine on MEXC as well. But you know, if you don't have MEXC and you don't plan on wanting to use MEXC, you can also get it on, obviously, Gate.io or KuCoin as well. KuCoin seems like another very popular one as well. But overall, most of it seems to be on MEXC. So here's the thing, all right? Those are the places where you can buy SinVerse tokens, all right? So now I want to talk about some price potential, okay? Because here's the thing, all right? When the... here's my personal opinion, okay? This is my personal opinion, and you're going to get a different answer from just about everybody on the face of this planet, okay? I believe that projects that are built like this, projects that are within the blockchain gaming industry, definitely have, especially popular ones like this or big ones like this, I definitely believe that these ones typically have a potential of reaching $1 billion market caps at some point in the long-term future, okay? Especially as the blockchain gaming space grows as a whole in the long-term future, okay? So we are going to base this price prediction off of, I'm going to base my price prediction off of it potentially reaching a $1 billion market cap in the long-term future, okay? So I want to actually show you guys something because I already kind of figured this out, and I already kind of like went through the numbers and tried to figure this out already on my own. So I want to show you this, okay? So let's say we're just going to round this off to, let's say SinVerse is trading for a penny right now, okay? Clearly it's not. It's a little tiny bit below a penny, but we're just going to round it off and say it's a penny right now, all right? So we'll take 1 cent, and I want to see if it can potentially go 500x, okay? So check this out, all right? We will multiply this by 500. So if it goes 500x, it would be a $5 SinVerse coin, all right? Now here's the thing. So current circulating supply is 257.25 million, okay? And their overall total supply is 1 billion tokens, you guys. So it's got a very low supply as well. So that is awesome, okay? Especially for price potential is concerned. All right, so let's check this out, all right? If we go ahead, let's say it takes, I don't know, let's say it takes 3 years for it to reach the $5 level mark, all right? Let's just say, just for fun, it takes about that long, all right? And let's say the circulating supply is, because obviously, you guys, when this happens, the circulating supply isn't going to be where it's at right now, all right? So let's check this out, all right? We will go ahead and go with a circulating supply of like 300 million instead of 257 million, all right? So we'll go ahead and multiply this by 300 million tokens. 1,000 million, 300 million, and we come out with a $1.5 billion market cap. So as you guys can clearly see, my personal prediction, I think that this coin could easily reach a $1 billion market cap in the long-term future as the overall blockchain gaming space grows as a whole in the long term, all right? So if it did do that, you guys, I just did this at 500x. So clearly, you know, based on my prediction of a $1 billion market cap, it could potentially go 500x, but realistically here, we're going to go with 400x and see what it would be then. So realistically, if it went 0.01 times 4, times 400 for 400x, we'd come out with a $4 token. Okay, we'll go ahead and multiply that by multiply that by 300 million again, and we come out with a $1.2 billion market cap. All right, this is again more realistic to where I personally think it could go, you guys. All right, so realistically here, that's still a little bit too high. So we'll try 3 now, okay, just to be on the safe side of things. All right, so we'll try 0.01. Come on. 0.01, and we'll multiply it by multiply it by 300, so 300x, it would come out to a $3 coin. Okay, well, $3 coin, multiply it by 300 million. Everybody can do the math. It's going to come out to $900 million. Okay, so this is about where I'm talking about. All right, so realistically here, now if we go ahead and add quarters to this, we can realistically say that it could go up to $3.25. All right, so here's the thing. All right, imagine this. All right, if you were to invest in this now, I'm not saying you should invest into it. I'm not saying it's definitely going to go up here. I'm just saying this is like every other altcoin on the planet. This is a risky investment, but it could obviously, if blockchain gaming industry grows as a whole in the long term, it really could go up to these levels, you guys. So let's see if you were to invest $1,000 into it. If you were to invest $1,000 into it, we'll go ahead and divide this by a penny, which is where it's at right now. You would have 100,000 tokens, okay? 100,000 tokens. We're going to go ahead and multiply that by the prediction of $3.25. You could potentially come out with $325,000 off of a $1,000 investment, you guys, okay? So as far as overall price potential goes, you can clearly see that there is roughly a good solid 300 to 325x price potential on this token if it could potentially reach a market cap level of $1 billion in the long-term future here, you guys. All right, so now that we got price potential out of the way, we've got where you can buy it out of the way. Now I'm going to actually talk about the actual project itself, okay, because it's actually pretty darn cool. All right, so let's go ahead and check this out. All right, there's a couple things I'm going to be showing you. There's really nothing for me to show you on, within their website or anything like that. But I am going to, some of the things I'm talking about here will go hand in hand with a lot of the imagery that you see here on their YouTube channel, and even their, Twitter account here. So we're going to go ahead and check this out, you guys. So here's the thing, all right? As far as I'm going to be telling you exactly how the SinVerse works, okay? All right, so basically there's land. Obviously with most metaverse project, there's land, right? All right, so every metaverse has land, and most of them allow investors and players and users of all kinds, whatever, to be able to buy this land. And in SinVerse, your journey literally begins with acquiring a piece of this land, all right? Now, as you guys can clearly see here, they've got all kinds of different land going on and whatnot, whatever, okay? Now, here's the thing, all right? Your journey begins with acquiring a piece of land, which takes place inside of the SinVerse, like I was just saying, which has all kinds of similarities of different cities and architecture in our current real world right now, all right? Like you would expect, right? In fact, you guys, the SinVerse, which is the city, the city itself in the SinVerse, has a total of 17 different districts with over 15,000 different plots of land that are available for users and players to buy and own, realistically. And also, each district within it, with this land, each of these districts, they have their own unique faction as well. So that's pretty cool. All right. Now, as far as joining a faction, okay, here's where it gets kind of interesting. All right. After you purchase some land in the R-rated metaverse of, SinVerse, you'll obviously need a way to protect yourself, obviously, okay? You'll need a way to protect yourself and your in-game assets as well. And you'll do this simply by joining a faction, since your whole life in the SinVerse is based around the ideology of hunt or be hunted, okay? You really don't want to be hunted, obviously. You want to be the hunter. You don't want to be the one getting hunted, obviously. So protection here, you guys, is honestly extremely important here. So basically, in SinVerse, there's multiple different gangs that, you'll be able to join across the city. But the smarter move would ultimately be for you to join a faction that controls your specific neighborhood. Now, as I was explaining earlier about the ideology of, hunt or be hunted, your ultimate goal here in SinVerse is to eventually become a kingpin, all right? And the easiest way to make this happen is by climbing through the ranks and ensuring that you're always on top of your game by either, taking out members of opposing factions, arranging their abductions. I know, it sounds extremely bad, but I did mention it is an R-rated metaverse, okay? Or you can also carry out various other sinister tasks for your gang as well. Now, you're probably thinking about how you can actually earn in the SinVerse, all right? So as far as earning potential is concerned here, there's really not much information out there publicly on how you can earn, but from the research I have done, basically the more tasks that you're involved in means the higher chances you have at, earning Sin tokens and various other NFTs as well. Now, as far as the different types of lives that you could live in the SinVerse is concerned, it's actually pretty cool because there's multiple different directions that you could go in the SinVerse, okay? For example, all right, think about this, all right? If you're an aggressive type of person who lives life on the edge, for instance, like, you just want to oh, you're the type that wants to go skydiving and you're the type that wants to take big risks all the time and you're just, you're that big on the edge type of person, you'd probably fit in well with the Yakuza faction who controls the Yakuza district, all right? But in contrast, here's the other thing, all right? If you're more of a loyal, organized type of person, you could end up joining the Mafia faction, which controls the Sicilian district, all right? So realistically, from, all of the research that I've done on this project so far, there's definitely a place for literally just about everyone in the SinVerse, to be honest with you, all right? So, all right, guys, now that we've covered land, we've literally covered land, we've covered earning potential, we've covered factions. Now you're probably wondering about the various tools and weapons available in SinVerse. And, honestly, basically, in SinVerse, the SinVerse basically has an in-game facility, like all metaverses. It's kind of like a marketplace, but it has an in-game facility that all gamers will want access to, all right, which is the Armory, all right? Typically, obviously, it's going to be called the Armory, and here you'll be able to purchase all kinds of different weapons. You can buy it all with Sin tokens, and you can you can also sell them at any time as well in the marketplace as well. So here's the thing, all right? Basically, I've covered pretty much every major aspect that I possibly can with the information that is available for the SinVerse game or for the SinVerse metaverse. And remember, your ultimate goal here in SinVerse is to ultimately rise the ranks and become an ultimate kingpin, all right? Now, here's the thing. There's all kinds of, if you check out their Twitter profile, if you check out their different videos on YouTube and stuff like that, trust me, I've done my due diligence on this project. I've looked through a lot of different stuff. There's a lot of really interesting, cool stuff about this project. And honestly, realistically here, if, like I was saying before, if you're a big fan of, GTA style gameplay, now notice I'm not saying that this game or this metaverse is going to be it's not a GTA clone or anything like that. It's just the same style of gameplay. Okay, if you're a big fan of that style of gameplay, then you're honestly going to really love this project, which is ultimately why I am extremely bullish on it, because there are a lot of people. Geez, guys, GTA 5 came out in 2013, and it is still one of the most popular games being played right now. Okay, and it's 2022. It's still one of the most popular games out there being played. So realistically here, the market is huge for this stuff, okay, for these types of games, all right? Now, if this takes off, you could really be sitting on some pretty good profits in the long term, you guys. So, but overall here, you guys, that is going to pretty much do it for the SinVerse, all right? So I'll go ahead and wrap this one up. But again, guys, before you guys leave, go ahead and make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a new crypto and altcoin video from me on a regular basis. And hey, guys, with that said, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the comment section of my future videos.